Hey there, this is Tom from Tom's Tech Show, and today I saw an article from one of Jeremy over Geeks and Gamers. People brought it up, and I had kind of heard of it before, but oh my gosh, people are dumb. Okay, so there's this article. Yes, it's back from 2015. Um, this person is thinking that Star Wars is racist because of the worst moronic reason you can possibly ever even think. So let's read a little bit of it, because any person in the world with a normal, non-deranged mind, right, would understand that Darth Vader is a guy in a suit, and this suit is a, breathing suit, so that he can be able to exist and breathe and be able to, live, because he had, this whole, burning accident from the lava thing and everything. If you were understanding how Star Wars came about, right, boom, 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 how the steps were, and the fact that, hello, Anakin was a white person in the beginning, and, then he became Darth Vader, and they happened to put him in a black suit. Okay. So, if you understand all of that, then... So, MSNBC host Melissa HarrisPerrys made the argument Sunday that Star Wars is racist because Darth Vader is black. No, it just happens to be that the plastic, metal, or whatever suit that they put him in happened to have black tint in it, right? I mean, the stormtroopers were white. The starships are gray. Some of the other uniforms of people are gray. So he just happened to be black. He has, just pick a color, take a, dart, throw it at a dartboard. Okay, that's the color, right? So she doesn't even know how to speak, first of all. Says, I know why I have feelings, good, bad, and otherwise, about Star Wars. And I have a lot. Oh, good, you have a lot of feelings. Miss HarrisPerrys said during a segment on her eponymous talk show discussing race and gender of an upcoming Star Wars film, I could spend the whole day talking about the whole Darth Vader situation. Well, obviously not, because you're going to do it in just one paragraph. Really, you could. The New York Times, Wesley Morris asked her. Okay, she responds. Okay, this response is going to probably be the dumbest response I've ever heard out of any person in recent times. Okay, so she responds, yeah, like the part where he was totally a black guy whose name was basically James Earl Jones. No, the voiceover was acted and done, looped over by an actor whose name was James Earl Jones, right? Are you forgetting that this is a disconnect, that this over here is a movie and this is the people making the movie? Okay, they're like two separate things. Star Wars people, as much as we would love for things in Star Wars to be real, they're not. They're performed by actors. And some actors only do voiceovers, and some actors get in the little suits and do the actual acting, okay? Let's be clear. Who, she said, basically was James Earl Jones, and we were all... What do you mean we were all? This, I think she's speaking, like, Valley Girl speak, like, yeah, like the part where he was totally a black guy whose name was James Earl Jones, and we were all, but he was basically black. I think that's what she's doing, is Valley Girl speak. He was a terrible and bad and awful, and used to cut off white men's hands. Okay. And didn't, actually claim his son. No, he did. But as soon as he claims he's his son and goes over to the good, he takes off his mask, and he is white. Yes, I have many feelings about that. Okay. Immediately, we understand that you're a moron. Okay? So, How can we have in the prequels an actor that plays him who is white, suddenly he gets into the suit, which happens to be black, and then when he gets out, take the helmet off the suit, that suddenly he's supposed to be black again? No. I mean, you could, at any point, you could understand when you're building the scene, right? You're initially building the scene, and you have, okay, we're creating these characters. Okay, we're going to have Darth Vader, and we have the guy in the suit, and we're trying to have him talk, and it's coming out of the suit, and it's not really good. So we will get, okay, you can mouth the words, so we know where to put the words in, but we'll loop in a better actor's voice. So James Earl Jones has a great voice. So why not use his voice? It's going to sound, they can actually put some masking on it, some effects on it, so that it sounds like he's inside the suit and everything else. It'll be awesome. I don't care if who it was that did the voice, as long as it met what they were doing. I don't care if it was a black guy or a white guy or an Oriental person or whatever their background was. I don't even care. If it was a woman with a super low voice who could actually do that, I wouldn't care. It would fit the character and fit who it was, right? That means, probably I'm not racist. If I don't care who it is, as long as they can do the voice and make it a character that actually fits. Okay, so somehow Hayden Christensen is actually a black person who suddenly got into the suit so that when you could take the helmet off later, that he would be white. So you understand, everyone else in the entire world completely understands how this is the dumbest comment and dumbest thing that we have ever seen or heard or understand, right? I mean, how can a son, okay, so his son goes and takes off his mask. If I were to be somewhere and be somewhere where my dad had a mask on his whole life, and then me with this skin, with this super bleached white skin from my upper, Northern European, heritage that I have from that, and I go to take the helmet off, the mask off my father, and he's a black man. How would I understand what my skin is supposed to be like? Okay, that makes absolutely no sense at all. These people are deranged. These people have a mental disorder. Completely. It is amazing that how do they get up in the morning and do anything? I mean, this is a movie, all right? Everything is scripted. Everything is acted, right? At this time, when we were dealing with Darth Vader, probably referring to maybe she's only seen, one or two, maybe A New Hope or, Empire Strikes Back or something, or Return of the Jedi. Maybe she's only seen those three, and then she understands, okay, that, Darth Vader's always been in a black suit. But when you get to the point where, okay, how can a black man have two white kids? I can't even understand these people. I don't know. It just further continues that mainstream media, people in the media, people who are on the public, media side, who are doing things out there, don't have any grasp or reality of what an actual person can think and understand, right? They are clueless about this. So they just get paper shoved in front of them and they read that. And then someone is throwing opinions at them from every which side, and they have to pick one. And typically they pick the wrong one. I'm not saying all of them are stupid, but it seems like they've been brainwashed from what their life is through college and everything else to get into the media. And of course, the media is just a bunch of them completely over on the left, identity politics and everything else. They're just out there continually feeding each other. It's like, you throw something into a batch of piranhas and they all gather around it, right? That's what our media is today. And of course, it's going to get even funner now that the Mueller report is out and all that is there, and we're going to really see the media and everything just completely explode, right? So this doesn't, as stupid and dumb and completely ignorant as this is, I would like it to surprise me, but do they actually understand the words that they are saying? Even if the symbolism is that when he is in the evil mode, right? He's Darth Vader and he's evil, and we depict that as black, right? And then when you move to a good side of something, that is depicted as white. So even in, Asian, philosophy, the yin yang, there's a black and there's a white. Even in, biblical teaching, there is a dark and there is a light, right? Darkness leads you out of the light into the good. This has been a cultural phenomenon for, thousands of years. And even if, say, that was what George Lucas was trying to say, he's in the black suit, whoever's, giving his voice doesn't really matter, he's in his black suit, but then he comes out and he's, white. Okay, maybe you can kind of buy into that, but the story behind him was that he got caught in the lava thing and it charred and burned his skin, so his skin has basically been bleached out. And it hasn't seen any light because it's been underneath that helmet for, decades, basically. I just can't. It's so easy to explain, and that's the other problem. This is so easy to explain away to a normal person who can understand these things, to a normal person who can have an easy conversation with someone. Okay, you present your side. What's your side? Okay, well, let me explain to you why that is dumb, right? I might not say dumb. If it were an actual conversation I would explain to them, okay, well, they're just doing the voice. They're just doing this. You would explain it to them. And if they were normal, if they had any normal sense of right and wrong and who they are as a person and who their community is and who the world is and that we're, and all that, then they would be able to understand what it is and why it is. But no, these people, she's obviously spent a lot of time at it and thinking about it, because she says she can go on for days or for the whole day talking about it. Well, unfortunately, in just a few minutes, I can explain why you're completely wrong. All right. Well, not to get too worked up or anything about this whole thing. That's our society, and that's where things are going, that people can glom onto one minuscule, teeny tiny thing, take offense, and then just explode over it and, just become completely overdone by something that they have made up, right? And this is the problem. They and their own little group talk about this, and then they feed off of each other. It's the piranha thing again, right? You're throwing some little bitty thing in there, and the piranhas are just all, oh yeah, oh this, oh that, based on a completely false premise. All right, well, I had to make a video about this, but I do other videos about Star Wars and movies and Marvel and, computing and technology and photography and everything else. So if you like all that, subscribe to my channel. I'm tired. I'm worn out now. I should not have watched Jeremy. I should have gone ahead and I should have turned it off. Okay, well, if you like all that stuff, then subscribe to my channel. If you like this or agree with this video, then like it or comment down below and tell me I'm an idiot, whatever. Either way, I don't know what to do with these people. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Take care.